Hey gamers, if you like roll and writes with lots of variety, then you want to check out Doomcat. Let's take a look at how this game plays. In this game, players are trying to score the most points by completing the various objectives that are available during that game. Each round will start by someone rolling the 3 dice, and then they will each have to select one of those dice for their cat to steal, and that number will go on the top there. So I think I'm going to select the 2. So I'm not going to be using that 2 right now. And then for the other 2 dice that are available, then you will have to draw a line on that same sigil card from those numbers. So 4 and 6 I could do over here, or I could do over here. Or I could go actually across here, and because I want intersections based on this objective, I want to make a nice big line so I have a lot of chance to intersect there. Then, going back to that number I wrote at the top there, I'm going to select one of the candles to cross out that matches that number. So I need to cross out a 2. I think I'll go ahead and cross this 2 out. If on a future roll I ever write the number 2 up here again, I will circle it, and then 2s will become wild for me. So I can use 2s that are rolled from then on for writing numbers up here, or for connecting lines as wilds. Players can switch between their 2 sigil cards during each roll, so they could complete one and then the other. They could alternate. They can play however makes sense for them, and again, always keeping those objectives in mind. But after 14 turns, once those numbers at the top are filled in on both, players will head into scoring. So sigils might look something like this as you head into scoring, and then you'll look at each card individually for each sigil. So this one would score 3 points per intersection, and you can try and mark those as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, maybe 11 there. So that's 33 points. This one is for different numbers at the top of your board. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different numbers for 20 points. And then this one is for a crossed out candle that is not used. And it looks like I have one of those for 4 points. And again, you would just do the same thing there. And then you would add up both of your total scores for your final score, and the player with the most points wins. I would say that this game is definitely simple to learn. It's really easy to get into. The setup is next to nothing, which is awesome because you can kind of just learn it and play it. It's really quick to get into, which I like. But I love that there's so much variety. There's so many different objective cards that you can put in and kind of mix and match. I also have some suggestions for things that kind of work well together as well. And then you can also you'll have different board setups for every game, most likely, if you just shuffle up those cards and deal them out to players. So you're not going to be able to play the exact same game twice, which is cool. And of course, there's also the dice rolls, so that's also going to add that variety. But I think that there is just a lot of choice every turn with how you kind of try to utilize those dice. Of course, you get diminishing choice as you have to cross out candles, as you're filling up your sigil cards. You're not going to have as much choice as the game goes on. But I still think that you generally have choice, especially once you kind of get some of those wild numbers. You get to do more with the dice because, 4s are always wild for me on this sigil card. So if we roll 4s, I'm going to use them here to just do the best move that I can. So I think that just works really well. Again, the variety of the different kinds of objectives to change how you play, because sometimes you'll want to intersect lines, sometimes you absolutely won't, sometimes you'll want to enclose stars that are on the board, sometimes you won't. There's a lot of different kinds of ways that the game will want you to play in order to score well. I thought that the solo in particular was really tricky. I thought it's hard to kind of score really well, and I think that is also exemplified by if you decide to add in the familiars, because they'll subtract points from your score because there are special abilities players can use. I thought those were really hard to score well using because of that subtraction, but some of those abilities are really cool, so it's definitely worth trying those out as well. Each of the 3 boxes that come in the complete box play 2 players, so you can play any of those individually for 1 to 2 players, or you can mix and match more together to play with up to 6, which I also think is cool because it adds, again, a lot more variety, whether you decide to play with a single box if you're only 2, or combine everything if you're more players, so that's also really neat. But overall, I think it's a pretty solid roll and write, and you check out my full thoughts on the blog today to decide if this one's for you.